Caitlin, welcome to Talk of the Town. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi.
Congratulations on the album. First country album, right?
Yes, first one.
You knocked it out of the park.
Thank you.
Tell me about what you were trying to say with this, because a bit intense lyrically. What was your thought process while putting this album together?
This is an album where I finally got to find my voice in music, and I have a song on there called "You Need Jesus," and I decided, what a better title to name my album than "You Need Jesus," because it could mean so many things, and it's really a bold statement. It could, you need Jesus, or it could, be telling somebody else. But it kind of just, to me, it means more of like, this is, what it is. This is what embodies the album. So I'm excited about it.
And first headlining tour, correct?
Yes.
A lot of big things.
I
Tell me about what
know.
you're looking forward to about the tour and what it's going to be like to take this music out to the fans.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to being able to sing in front of everybody. It's my favorite thing to do. I love singing. And I'm going to be going on an acoustic tour, so it's going to be more of like the stripped down version of it. Just, I like to say as it was written, because we all start with just a guitar and a melody. So we're going to really strip down the songs, and I might change, a little bit of, a key here, maybe a little melody here. It's going to be fun.
Is your son going to be going on tour? I mean, he's featured on one of the songs.
Know. Well, he's not going to be going on the first half of the tour. Because he has school.
Yeah.
I know, so I can't take him out of school,
yeah.
but he will be at a couple shows, but it'll be a surprise, so I'm not going to say which ones, but he will be at a couple of them.
Well, let's get into the music. And you talked about You Need Jesus being the title track. I'm interested why you didn't want to start off with that, why you chose Amen to be your starting track of this.
Because the first line in Amen is, "Me and Mama, we love Jesus, but we don't go to church." And that was such a powerful line to me and what it means to me. So I really wanted it to start out with something like that.
And I take some notes. So I got a very Western vibe from this, and you worked with Struggle on this. You worked with Struggle on a few songs. But the holding of the note on "I" and "Have Been Praying Every Night," really, those two notes really there with "I" and "Night" really stuck out to me. So I'm curious what you guys were like walking through when you were putting this song together, what you wanted to really hit home with this.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because I try to do the hardest things that I can possibly do when I record music, and I make the hardest melodies, and then I'm like, wait, I have to sing these live one day. So I don't know, that's just kind of where the melody went. It was really like, because just praying to God, and through the melody you can really express so much feeling. So I think it really, that's cool that you caught that.
Yeah. Well, you're really good at that. I saw a TikTok video of yours where you're laying on the couch singing that Sierra song.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, you're belting that out from laying down, which is just nuts. So I think you have the ability to do a lot of these melodies that you've written out. And then You Need Jesus. I really just said wow, because the part where you say, "I can't make a blind man see," I really thought the double meaning of that a little bit was incredible, about seeing a person and then how Jesus made a blind man see. So I loved that you put that in lyrically. There was a lot of that in this song. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about country music is, the play on words and the storytelling. And I wrote that song with Struggle Jennings, Ned Cameron, and Cole Miracle, and he came in and he's got, I got this really cool idea, you need Jesus because I can't make a blind man see. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry? That is absolutely incredible. So, we wrote around that. But like I said, that's my favorite thing about country music is that tagline when you sing it live and everybody goes,
No, that literally happened to me. And
yeah.
I said you could feel the hurt a little bit in this song. You were very emotionally tuned in, I think, with a lot of, I can really pick up what you're feeling in these moments. Is that hard? Country music is known for its vulnerability and its storytelling. Was that difficult tackling that with this album?
It can be, everybody, I'm sure there's, it's hard to be vulnerable. And I tried to, go pretty deep on this album. And that's what I want to do in the future too, is to just keep going deeper and to just really, strip down the layers and, tell everybody my story, because there is somebody out there who's going to relate to it. So.
Well, and you're pretty open. You're very in tune with social media. 2 million plus followers on TikTok and other platforms. Why do you want to go through, like, you're sharing a lot of yourself. Why do you want to choose to do that?
I really don't know. I love it. I love to, be able to show people that you can be just this crap show of a human being, but you can really switch your life around, you know. Just do better and find yourself. And I don't know, there's just been always something special about being able to show that anything is possible.
I love that. And then Life for Love. I said all three of these. I'm like, as I'm writing, as we're going through it, I'm like, all these are so different. Like, you really keep me guessing throughout a lot of the album. I thought it would be like, when it first started, you know, have that Western sound, but each song is very different.
Yep.
And I said the production was very interesting on this. It kind of felt like a full production. I could hear so many decisions being made. And I thought that was very cool. Can you walk me through kind of what you guys were thinking producing wise, putting this together? Because there's a lot of little mixes in there.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. It was actually supposed to be a duet singing. So Struggle was actually supposed to sing on that. And as we were adding, you know, the different layers to it, I was like, this would be so cool with a rap verse. And so Ned Cameron, my producer, he ended up dropping the beat and, you know, did his thing because he's so good at rap beats. And he tied it together where it was still really country, but then had that element of a little bit of hip hop. So it was cool to mix.
Which genre blending is like a very big thing right now, and it's very hard to do well. So props to you guys for being able to do that mixing. And Up in Smoke, I said I loved the rain. Why did you want to have that like at the beginning? Why was that such a choice for you guys?
I loved it. It just kind of set the tone because, you know, it really told a story. And when I was writing that song, I was picturing a video. And I was
That's how I operate with listening to music. I'm just like, I can see it a lot easier.
And I was just picturing this dark setting. It's raining outside, and you know they just got into a fight. And in this song is actually very different because it's the girl being like, "Wow, I messed up." So when I was picturing writing it, I was like, "Oh, this girl just got drunk. She said some mean stuff to her boyfriend, and she ruined it. And he left. He hit the road. Up in smoke. There's dust, and it's raining." And so I was like, I want to set the tone with the rain.
Yeah, I think it really did a good job. In Storm, again, I said each song is so vastly different. And there's the harmony echoes of Scorned and Born. I was like, I thought that was really cool. Why did you want to add those in? I feel like it gave it an etherealness at the end there.
Yeah, so that one actually was pitched to me by my friend Rizzy Myers and Rebecca Howell, and they wrote this song, Mitchell Oglesby. And the first time I heard it, I was like, that is absolutely one of the most incredible songs that I've ever heard. And she had already had that in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I really didn't change much with that song. You know, I gave it my own spin to it, but I loved everything about that song when she showed it to me. So I kind of kept that. So that, you know, that was her.
I like how collaborative you are. I mean, I think that's a big thing about here in Nashville. It's a lot of collaborative rights and everything. But I just think that's really cool to do because you get and make something even more special, I think, when you have other ideas in mind. So I think that's really cool. I also love the guitar part.
Sick,
the solo. I was so sick.
You
You really give a lot of these moments for some fun things to pop in there throughout a lot of this album.
One of my favorite things is a instrumental with a solo because every time I've watched a live performance and I get to see the guitar player come up and just shred, it's one of the most beautiful things to me. I love it. So I've always wanted, you know, the guitar solos. Give me a fiddle solo. One day I'm going to put a drum solo in. Like, it's cool to me. I love like the music getting its moment to shine.
Gives you also a chance to catch your breath, I think.
That's very true. With
all this belting that's going on. The Devil You Made, I said the intro just in all caps. And He Made Her Into This, I thought was really an intense lyric. This is like the whole album's pretty intense, I'll say. Talk to me about this song. Why did you want this song here? Because I feel like there is a flow, and I'm always curious about the flow of an album. Like, why stack what where?
So I wanted it to come in with just vocals. One of my favorite things to do is harmonies, and I love stacking harmonies. I think it's such a cool thing.
It's also hard to do.
Yeah, I used to get a lot of inspo from Khalid and Harmony King. So I wanted to put that at the beginning to, again, catch your attention because it's not very often that you just come in with straight vocals. So I wanted to do that, kind of, you know, catch your attention and then ride the song, tell the story, set the scene, and then give them the punchline.
When you're going into, let's say, a write or going into the studio, how do you like to approach the music? Do you picture like a situation? Do you just have a journal? Like, what does that look like to you when you're approaching something like this?
Sometimes ideas will just come to me on the way there, but you know, there's been times where nothing's came to me, and we'll go into a write, and the guitar player will start playing some, some riffs, and really the idea just creates itself. I would say 90% of the time the idea creates itself, and there's about 10% of the time where you've already got something ahead of time.
That's really cool. We move into Retribution, and again, the album is intense. That's all I could say at this song. And I also want to, so I want to touch base about where you were with this song. Can you tell me the backstory of like where you guys were when you kind of came up with it?
Yeah. So we wrote this one with Bob DePiro and Struggle Jennings and myself, and I had been looking at just words, and like one word that popped up was retribution, because it means like revenge. And I thought, wow, that'd be a cool idea to write a song about, like, I need revenge, but let's use retribution because it's not a very used word. So we were at Bob DePiro's place, and again, he was just playing the guitar, and I said, let's write a song about retribution. I need some retribution. And it started flowing. It was cool.
And I think it's going to be cool to hear a lot of these songs stripped back on the tour. I think that's a really cool choice. And you've mentioned Struggle a few times, and I know that he's kind of all over the album. I'd love to hear more just about working with him and what that collaboration process looks like, and your just relationship, because obviously you guys are close.
My
so
bestie. So I met him at a birthday party, and it was about 2017, 2018. I took a picture with him and I posted it to my Instagram. And he ended up seeing the tag, and he saw that I sang cover songs on my Instagram. He said, I would love to produce an album on you. I was like, oh, okay.
Like, sure.
Yeah, I was like, that would be amazing. And so that same year we wrote God, We Need You Now. And then it obviously did its thing. And then, he's executive producer on all my albums. He's in the rights, and he's just been he's an inspiration to me. He's so talented, and he's so kind, just to be an artist himself, but to want to bring another artist along and to help them grow, because this is what I love to do. And so he really gave me a platform, and I'm very grateful for that.
Isn't it funny that it's just like something so small as a birthday party that like
crazy, and I almost didn't go.
Oh wow!
I know.
So that it was written. It was written in the stars. I love it. Something to lose. I said I loved the flip to this because I took more notes of it. And the feeling of hope was really undeniable for me. And then I wrote banjo.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I got hope from that. I don't know why. Maybe it was just like the music. It kind of gave me a Mumford and Sons kind of vibe a little bit.
Yeah, it's very upbeat.
Yeah, what did you think about that?
That's one of my favorites as well. I'm like, every song on my album is my favorite.
You're like, oh, I love this one too.
I know. That one is so fun. It's just got this I've been practicing playing it on the guitar, and it's very fast. But yeah, I mean, even though the song is kind of like, I need something to lose, it is kind of that, like, I need something so meaningful that if I lost it, it would destroy me. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. Life of the Party, I said it really felt like a self-pressure and an aim to impress. That was kind of the lesson I was getting from it. And fulfilling a role that was kind of self-assigned. Is that what your interpretation of it was, or what were you trying to aim with this? Yeah,
that is pretty much exactly what it is. I know, good job. Yeah, I mean, the idea came from, I've been sober for about a little over a year from alcohol, and
congratulations.
Thanks. The whole time we were writing that song, it was kind of like, man, being the life of the party is going to be the death of me, and so that's where that song came from, was when I was drinking heavy, because being an artist, it's kind of hard when all eyes are on you.
Sure.
You kind of want to numb that feeling of anxiety, and so that's where it came from.
That's really cool. But by and by, I was really impressed with your low notes.
Thank
you were
you.
getting really low, and I was like, which I like that, because I feel like it shows a lot. You were showing a lot of range in this album, and a lot of vocal gymnastics, if you will, throughout it. Was that something that you really wanted to do, is make sure to showcase that? Or was that just, you're like, I think that sounds cool, let's do this in this way?
I mean, I really did want to sing as low as I possibly could. I wanted to see what I could, do with that. And then to completely go the opposite way in the song kind of showed the duality of both. But that song was actually my friend JD Huggins, who also works with Struggle. He came in, he said, I have this idea. And he was singing that low, and I loved it so much. I was like, hold on, I think I can do it. Let me try to get that low too, because I don't want to change the key. So it ended up just happening that way.
It's kind of a glutton for punishment a little
Yeah.
bit because like a lot of this stuff is very difficult. So I think it's going to be interesting. Really cool to see you tackle all of it during this. Um, and then this last song, your son has got bars. Why did you want to have him feature? I mean, obviously he's around you, being around the
Mhm.
music a lot. Has he always kind of had like that musician bug, or is this just something he's like, oh, I want to try?
He's always had it. He can sing. He
Mhm.
won't sing. He doesn't like to sing,
Mhm.
but I've gotten him to do it a few times, and he is very good at singing.
Mhm.
But that one's actually a funny story. We were on my TikTok live, and he was just doing some freestyle because he's been doing freestyle since he was very little. And they
Much
wanted
cooler kid than I was.
right? I know. What was I
crazy.
doing? I don't
Yeah.
even know. Yeah, so we were on TikTok live, and you know, the fans watching were like, "Do something with your mom." And so I remembered, okay, I'd written the first verse and chorus to this song,
Mhm.
and I said, "There's an empty spot. Just do whatever."
Yeah.
So I sang my part, and I sing my part in the chorus, and then he freestyles that.
Mhm. It was a free. That's what's even more insane about that.
Yes.
I'm curious though, because like a lot of people try to master the social media game, especially with like promoting their music and everything. And obviously, you've done a very good job with it. I mean,
Thank you.
you've really connected with your audience. How has that been trying to build that connection? Because it's like a kind of a new age thing for artists now. You really
Right.
want to have that relationship with your audience a little bit.
Yeah, it can be difficult because to be able to be on social media all day long, it's a lot. Yeah,
Mhm.
but I do love it because I try to keep this mentality. If it wasn't for the people watching, then I would not be in the situation that I'm in. So I do
Mhm.
try to take that very seriously, and it's really cool because I feel like I have these friends all over the world, you know.
Mhm.
So, and to just post, I mean, it's fun, honestly.
Mhm.
You just get to do random stuff,
Yeah.
dance to your music. I
Mhm.
mean, it's a
Well, and
cool
you gotta
job.
and you gotta work with your son a little bit on it because he's
Yeah.
in a few of your videos. Is that cool? Like, what's that like for your guys' relationship that you gotta just have fun and you're also
Yeah.
doing your job? I think that's cool that you have the time that you get to spend with him in that regard.
It's so cool.
Mhm.
It's just such a fun thing.
Mhm.
You know, he thinks it's the coolest job in the world. And I get to bring my kid to work day all the time. So
Mhm.
it's like win-win.
How does I've always and I've asked this to a number of artists. I've always talked about like I've heard about a parent's love. Like there's nothing ever you never felt anything like it. How did that impact you musically? I'm always curious. Did him like is it from writing like you're able to write in a different way, or did that impact you at all with just having your son and just having someone else to care for in a way?
Yeah. And, you know, I actually gave up music for a little while to
Mm.
take care of my son and to be a mom. Um, I was grinding, just trying to make it in the music business from a very, very young age. And when I was in my 20s, I ended up just selling cars. And I
Mm.
was like, well, I don't know if this music thing is going to work for me. And I need to make money and I need to take care of my kid. And I just wanted to show him anything as possible. So I was like, you know what? I got to do this. If I don't do it now, I'm going to regret it when I'm older.
Mhm. And the album's been out for a little while now. How has fan response been? I mean, you guys are chatting all the time on
Yes.
live and everything. What has been the biggest takeaway or something that surprised you from the fans that they really gravitated towards?
They love it. I mean, I'm super grateful for it. Everybody's listening to it. They're loving You Need Jesus. And one that I was more surprised about was Life of the Party.
Mm.
People are really loving that one because it was more of a vulnerable song to me. I didn't think people would get it. I didn't really realize that anybody would get the concept of the song, and it's doing really well. So I'm very excited about that.
Is there one that you're hoping kind of has a second wave that you're really like, oh, I'm really digging this song right now?
Devil You Made. I just loved it from the beginning. I was like, oh, this could totally be on the radio.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I know you just released it. I don't like to ask, but I'm like, what else are you working on, or is there anything else you're excited about aside from tour that you're working on?
Yeah, I actually have a second album almost done.
What? Like, when do you have time? That's like
we have just been writing, and some of the songs that I'd already had did not make it on this album because there's a whole nother sound that's coming on the next one.
Oh, that's cool. That's our little tidbit. Can you give themes? Any themes that you can kind of throw out
Power
there?
ballads.
Oh, ooh, okay. I love it.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much.